Good morning, guys. So you have an exit ticket, and your exit ticket is going to be about comparing the Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech with Abraham Lincoln's first inaugural address. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when he first became president in 1861. So, what you need to do first before you can even answer the question that I put in the Google Doc in Google Classroom, you really need to quickly and briefly review the MLK "I Have a Dream" speech so that you can recall some of the great information and things that he stated in the speech. That's the first thing I would advise you to do. If you have not, after you do that, you can go ahead and go into Abraham Lincoln speech, which is in Newsella as well. This was assigned earlier this week, so if you haven't done it, you definitely need to do it and do all the activities before you can even do the exit ticket, which is worth 10 points in assessment grade. And so make sure you read this. Of course, it has some really good information and things that he stated during his speech. And once you look through that, then you'll be able to go to Google Classroom, click on exit ticket speeches, and then you'll click on the document, okay? So I already have it pulled up. The document Ms. Davis wants you to do in a SLAM format, and I kind of created this chart so that it'll be a little bit easier for you to do SLAM just in case you forgot or need a refresher with SLAM. The question is, which is right here, how is MLK's "I Have a Dream" speech and Abraham Lincoln's first inaugural speech compared to one another? I guess I should say how does. How do they compare to one another? And that's a really good question. So as a reader, you are going to have to delineate or determine how both of these speeches are similar and how they are different. So the first thing that Ms. Davis wants you to answer is in the first column for both of the speeches. What is the MLK's "I Have a Dream" speech about? Use complete sentences. It should be at least 2 sentences. And then the other question on the other side, the right-hand side, what is Abraham Lincoln's speech about? Use complete sentences. After you've answered that, on the left-hand side, I'm sorry, for MLK, it's going to say, how is it similar? How is MLK's and Lincoln's speech similar? This is where you're going to put your answer at. Down here is where you're going to add 2 pieces of evidence, one from each text. So you'll say, in the "I Have a Dream" speech, it states that blank, 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 blank. This quote shows that this quote shows whatever it shows, okay? And then you're going to go to the Abraham Lincoln speech and you're going to use a piece of evidence that shows a similarity. And that quote has to show how it's similar to MLK's. What is it that they're trying to do? Which is why I want you to answer this question about what it's about. Because if they're trying to encourage or they're speaking to people in a certain manner that's similar, that's what I really want you to point out in the evidence portion for this. And then, of course, we always have to explain our quotes. Whenever we put them down, we have to explain them. Then on the opposite side up here, this question is how it's different. So on the left-hand side, it's talking about how they're similar and all the evidence. On the right-hand side, we're talking about how they're different and finding evidence for that as well, okay? So you'll find 2 pieces of evidence. In the "I Have a Dream" speech, Martin Luther King states X, Y, and Z. This shows that it's a little bit different from Lincoln because he was talking to a crowd about civil rights, etc. Okay, it could be something along those lines, and I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just giving an example. And then in Abraham Lincoln's speech, he states X, Y, and Z. This is different because whatever the case may be. Once you finish that, in the bottom is going to say, in conclusion, the information gathered from both texts shows that they compare because, and then you just summing it up. They compare to one another because they both did X, Y, and Z, even though they differ in this manner. Okay, so you're just really kind of doing a summary of how they're similar and how they're different. It's very simple. Once you finish, you're going to submit it. I'm hoping that this video is going to be super helpful for you in answering these questions. But of course, if you are lost in translation or if you just need additional help, Ms. Davis will be in office hours, and I'll post that link in class story at about 11:55. Okay. So, all right. Bye bye.